Welcome to Retro Video Playback and to episode 23 of Tape Talk Tuesday. This week's episode features the first clamshell VHS case of this kind to appear on Tape Talk Tuesday. I'm taking a look at Small Soldiers on VHS. While most people probably associate these plastic clamshell cases with Disney movies, Small Soldiers is not a Disney movie. It's not even a kids movie, technically. The clamshell case may allow the movie to blend in with Disney movies on the shelf, but it actually has a PG-13 rating in the US and was released by DreamWorks and Universal, not Disney. If you were under the impression that Small Soldiers was a kids movie, you're not alone. Reading up on the movie and its release, it turns out that Burger King released toys for the movie with the belief that Small Soldiers was a movie intended for children, only to learn that it was actually a PG-13 movie, though only PG in Canada. And in the end, many Burger King locations offered Mr. Potato Head toys in exchange for the original Small Soldiers toys. But really, if you watch Small Soldiers, there are certainly some scenes that would not be Disney approved, from innuendo
Sweet stuff.
to just flat out creepy.
Don't hate me because I'm beautiful. Let's do something fun. We'll all get facials. Did I overpluck my eyebrows?
Small Soldiers is an interesting one for me. It was one of the movies in my family's small collection of tapes, and it received a lot of play. One of my brothers even had the soundtrack on CD, and we had a bunch of the toys of the characters in the movie. But post-childhood, until watching it again for this episode of Tape Talk Tuesday, I think I've only seen the movie one time. Despite that, it's one of those movies that pops into my head once in a while. One of those movies where I see clips of the movie in my head, where I randomly think about certain things from the movie. Upon watching it again, it's also one of those movies where everything was so familiar. It's just funny how such a seemingly obscure movie from childhood can remain so vivid in your head. The front cover of Small Soldiers on VHS starts with a quote from ABC Radio Network's "Smart, funny, and action-packed." Just below the quote, above the movie title, is a trio of characters from the protagonists of the movie, the Gorgonites. Below the bold white title is the two primary CGI characters of the movie, Chip Hazard and Archer. It's a diverse group of characters that does a good job to pique a potential viewer's interest. This design has bright, popping colors, and to me that feels like an intentional decision to sell the movie as a kids movie, even if just seemingly so. There are a couple of other designs that were used for posters and promotional use that are much cooler and don't feel like designs for kids. I think with the home media design, a decision had to be made on what would sell movies, and parents were probably more likely to buy a movie with the design that was used versus the other designs that make it less obviously a movie for kids. The spine contains a DreamWorks home entertainment logo, followed by the same Small Soldiers title as the front cover, and the VHS number. The back side of the box has another quote, this time from the Los Angeles Times, "Charming and funny." Below the quote is the write-up, "Big action, big fun, big movie. Small Soldiers is one huge adventure. Meet the Commando Elite, toy action figures with an attitude. They've escaped from their boxes along with the Gorgonites, kind-hearted but unusual-looking creatures. Now, teenager Alan Abernathy gets enlisted to help the Gorgonites and rescue the girl of his dreams before the whole town is turned upside down. Small Soldiers is a spectacular adventure for the whole family. Color, 1 hour 50 minutes. Surrounding the write-up are a few different shots. There's one of Chip Hazard, Slam Fist, our live-action primary characters Alan and Christy, played by Gregory Smith and Kristen Dunst, and a still of Ocula and Archer. Closing out the back is the production credits and various miscellaneous information. As I noted earlier, and as we see at the bottom right of the backside of the box, this movie is rated PG in Canada rather than PG-13. The tape contains a Small Soldiers logo not found anywhere on the box art, but can be seen on the title screen at the start of the movie, and in other art used for the movie. It's cool to see a movie use an alternate design for the tape for a change, since you usually just see either a plain font or the same logo from the box art. Small Soldiers as a movie is very 90s, but it holds up. Interestingly, it's a movie that I have only ever seen on VHS. I watched it on VHS growing up, and watched it on VHS for this week's discussion. I'm sure there are diehard people out there who exclusively watch movies on VHS, so for them it happens all the time. But that's somewhat rare for me, and I think it's kind of fascinating. With that, we find ourselves at the end of our discussion of Small Soldiers on VHS and the end of episode 23 of Tape Talk Tuesday. Thanks for watching Retro Video Playback.